You won't believe it, but what if your poor, boring life was turned upside down overnight because of a secret inheritance you never knew existed? Hey, it's Echo Narrator, your favorite storyteller, and I've got a hit that will hook you from the start. Meet Jake Miller, 25, a scruffy dude with shaggy brown hair, stuck delivering pizzas in a beat up Toyota, $40,000 in student debt choking him. One gloomy Saturday, he's at his late Grandma Ruth's house in Rochester, New York, sorting junk. Thunder's rumbling, and he trips over a rusty trunk in the attic. Inside, a yellowed envelope with cursive that reads, "To my dearest Jacob, you're the last of the Miller line. The estate is yours." Estate? Grandma Ruth lived in a tiny bungalow. Where's this coming from? His hands shake as he stares at a brittle map and a heavy brass key. Hit that like button if you'd lose your mind finding this. Jake's freaking out. Grandma Ruth was a retired librarian who knitted scarves, not some heiress. He flips the letter over. There's a faded photo of a stern guy with a mustache labeled Ezekiel Miller, 1898, and a map pointing to Elmwood Estate, 80 miles north in the Finger Lakes. Google says it's a 200-year-old mansion, 6 bedrooms, a ballroom, abandoned since the 1970s, valued at millions. Jake's digging through family albums. Nothing. Then he finds a newspaper clipping in the trunk. Tycoon Ezekiel Miller disappears after fraud bust, 1922. His great-great-grandpa was a shady millionaire who hid his wealth. Jake's pacing, muttering, "This can't be real." But that key's cold in his hand. He calls his buddy Mike. Tall, loud, always up for chaos. Would you grab a friend and chase this lead? Drop it in the comments. This is nuts. Jake and Mike hit the road. 2 hours of bad radio and gas station snacks. They pull up to Elmwood at dusk. Vines choke in the walls, a cracked fountain out front, crows cawing like it's a horror movie. The key turns with a groan, and inside, a time capsule, dusty velvet curtains, a grand staircase with a missing banister, a chandelier dangling by a thread. Mike's filming on his phone, yelling, "Bro, we're rich." They find a basement door, and behind it, a rusted safe with a combo lock. But then, creak. A guy in a cheap suit and slicked back hair steps out of the shadows. "Name's Victor," he sneers. "This place ain't yours, kid." He's got a crowbar and a vibe that screams trouble. Jake clutches the letter, shouting, "I've got proof!" Victor lunges. Mike shoves a chair and they bolt to the car, tires screeching. "Who's this creep? Smash that subscribe. We're cracking this wide open." Jake's not quitting. He hires a scrappy lawyer named Lisa, a chain-smoking firecracker who says, "We'll fight for this." They crack the safe. Combo was Grandma's birthday, April 15th, 38. Inside, 10 gold bars, stock certificates from a defunct steel company, now worth $8 million, and the deed stamped 1899. Jake's bank account jumps from $47,000 to $12 million overnight. He's got a Jeep, a loft in Brooklyn, sipping $200 whiskey with Mike. But here's the mess. His ex-roommate demands a cut, his cousins texting sob stories, and Victor's lurking, caught on a security cam outside Jake's place. Lisa drops a bomb. The estate's tied to unpaid taxes from 1922, $3 million owed. Jake's yelling, "I didn't sign up for this!" Ever dream of wealth turning sour? Tell me below. This is peak chaos. Jake's obsessed now. He hits the library, unearthing 1920s headlines. Ezekiel Miller cooked the books, swindled investors, then vanished, leaving Elmwood as a ghost. Victor's grandpa was one of those investors. Guy's got a vendetta. The IRS wants their $3 million. Lawyers say a court battle could drag on years, and Jake's losing sleep. He drives back to Elmwood alone, sits on the creaky porch, staring at the key. This was supposed to fix everything, he mutters. Flashbacks hit. Grandma Ruth baking cookies, telling him, money's just paper, Jake. He's got two paths. Fight for every penny or sell and run. Picture yourself here. What's your move? Drop it in the comments. This decision's brutal. Jake chooses. He sells Elmwood for $10 million, pays the IRS, keeps $4 million, and walks away. No private jets, no paparazzi. He buys a modest house, fixes up Rochester's community center. New roof, a basketball court, because that's where he grew up playing. Victor disappears, probably sulking. Jake's sipping coffee at a diner, saying, I don't need a mansion to feel rich. That inheritance didn't just change his wallet, it rewired his soul. Wild, right? That's 30 minutes of twists. What would you do with a secret fortune? Blow it or build something real? Smash that like, subscribe, ring the bell. My channel's bursting with stories like this. Tell me what's next. See you.